Beyond the podcast of 1984. Beyond the podcast of 1984. Beyond the podcast of 1984. Beyond the podcast.
All right, here we are. This is BCA, and you're listening to Beyond the podcast of 1984. This is my third and final time that I'm going to do this episode because I screwed up the first two times. And you know what? I'm getting really tired of it. Just kind of like, I got the arts channel playing in the background because of the music that they play on there. It's just very relaxing and inspiring. And that's what I had that channel playing every single time I worked on my WTF monster comic book, which, yes, is going to come out. I've talked about it a couple times. It's my homage/tribute parody of John Carpenter's The Thing, which freaking rules. One of the greatest horror sci-fi movies of all time. And it looks like this channel's froze up. So I think cable's a joke. Do they even call it cable now? I don't know. I'm behind. I don't have cable. I don't have streaming crap at home. I do watch stuff on YouTube sometimes. For a while there, I was watching some old like slasher films and stuff, a lot of horror films and some interesting documentaries on YouTube. So, that's cool. But I don't have Netflix. I have people constantly ask me, yeah, man, you have Netflix? I'm like, nope, I don't. I had it for about a year. I had a friend that was really cool. And unfortunately, I didn't use it. I used it once. She actually set it up for me. It was like a gift or something, but I had it for like a year. It was supposed to be to, watch Stranger Things, like the first season. That was quite a while ago. But anywho, the only thing I watched on there, I think it was called Jim and Andy. I can't remember the full title, but it was the documentary about Jim Carrey playing Andy Kaufman and Man on the Moon, which is one of my favorite movies. I thought that was a great movie. I got a lot of stuff I could say about Andy Kaufman. He's definitely one of my heroes, and he's still awesome. But anyhow, so this is like the last episode of this. I don't even want to call it a season, but Tim asked me, hey man, if you could do like 6 episodes, you send them to me, and I'll edit it, produce it. And like I said, I'm very grateful. I'm very happy. So thanks a lot, Tim. I know you're listening to this. I love you, man. This year has gone by so fast. And I was thinking about it, kind of thinking about life. I'm like, have I even really done anything this year? And I kind of did. I mean, I did my comic book, which I'm happy. I've done a few things in there. I fought. I'm still at my house. I'm grateful for that. I actually asked the landlord a few weeks ago. I said, hey, would you consider doing a rent to own? And he's going to keep it in mind. But, man, I've been there like, I think, almost 5 years now. I really need to shoot video for it. We were doing a movie, my buddy Tim, who I keep mentioning, producer of this show, one of my best friends, too, since 1992. We haven't shot anything in a long time for the documentary, but we're doing a documentary called High Powered Mutant, because he asked me years and years ago, he's like, hey, man, what do you think if I did a film about you? And I'm like, really? And we started shooting it May 2005, and we shot a lot of stuff, and we actually went to Portland. I ended up, it was weird because I had played a show on like a Friday, then we went to Portland, I played a show on a Saturday, and then we came back on a Sunday, and I tell you, that was an adventure, but we shot a lot of stuff. I've done a lot of stuff with Tim, and I really want to thank Tim because he's one of my oldest friends. I actually met him, and it was just amazing the way, we talk about life, how things come together sometimes. Is I moved to Spokane out on my own, first time on my own, back in May 1st, 1992. Because my uncle was like, I don't want you to turn into a tree. I lived with my grandparents for like 4 years. And he ended up setting it up. I got an apartment, and he paid the rent for the first 3 months, bills, all that stuff. And I had 3 months to find a job, which I finally did. But right before that, I don't know if it was before or when I had the job, I saw that they were doing, I think it was 93 maybe. But they're looking for people to try out for Benny and June, which to this day I've never seen. I think it just looks terrible in my opinion. But anyways, I can tell you a whole story about that, blah. I ended up going to the so-called audition, and I met Tim and I met Stephanie. And I'm actually I need to get off my butt. I need to talk to her brother, John, find out how can I get hold of her? Because I really miss her a lot. I like Stephanie. Stephanie is a lovely, wonderful friend, and she's just an awesome person. I would really like to get back in touch with her. We just completely lost communication. But anyhow, because I just think, God, if I hadn't gone to that, I would have never met Tim. I would have never met Stephanie. And through those guys, I met my friend Adam, who's one of my oldest friends. And then, all these people some of these people they're very special to me. There's still my friend Jared, who's also my roommate now. But it's just super, man, like really cool. And I'm really grateful. But I got to say, I've done a few things this year. I'm really glad. I ended up getting out of the last place I worked at. It just got really horrible. Where I'm at now, it's way better. It's like, oh my God. But, I did my comic book. Got a better place to work at, less stress. I'm still at my house. Just trying to think, I'm stressed out about some things. I'm a little, sad about some things here and there, whatever, typical me, wah. But I'm grateful. I was just trying to think, that's what I've been trying to do is like think what makes me happy and grateful. So I don't know. This episode, this is like the last for a while, and then I'm going to be recording a bunch of new episodes too, probably in the meantime. So let's go to my dad's later today, and I'm going to bring my Zoom with me because I'd really like to get my brothers on. I think it'd be fun to do an episode with them. I really want to do something, maybe even my dad. Excuse me. But anyhow, I'm kind of all over the place with stuff. Maybe I should have called myself like Charlie Chaos. But no, trying to think about what am I talking about? What is this episode about? I don't know. I guess maybe just this is near the end of the year, man. And it's kind of weird, I've done stuff. There's stuff I haven't done. I'm actually trying to accomplish things. I don't drink anymore, and even when I drink, I didn't drink that much, and I just not me, because I'm not Mr. Cool, I'm not Mr. Stud. I don't, have all these girls, running at me and blah, blah, blah. Who cares? This is a waste of time, but, thinking about that kind of crap. But, like I said, I live in my own world. I got my dream woman. I got, all my fantasies in my mind, like of outer space and robots and machines, all kinds of stuff, and that's something I was thinking about talking about. I'm kind of rambling here. But, I've been drawing comics on and off since I was a kid. I used to do little, comics based on Heathcliff and Cats and Company. I've created a lot of characters since I was a kid, and I still have them in my brain. They're still there. A few of them I still draw. In fact, one of my old characters, Rex Fearless, that might be my next comic I do. I'd like to get my other comic books out, too, that I've done. But he's a character. He's kind of loosely based on me. He's a ridiculous, has spiky hair. He's an odd-looking guy. Wears the same exact kind of I don't know if you call it a pantsuit or whatever, like a jogging outfit. But he's just an odd character. He's a lot of fun to draw. He's real simple. Then, of course, Son of Geen is my, psychotic, cannibalistic, violent monster, whatever he is. Looks like a crazy lollipop with a shark's face. But he is not based on Ed Gein. I've had people ask me that. Son of Geen. Geen is short for Geenius the Third, which is an evil dimension traveling sorcerer. I've drawn a lot of Son of Geen comics. In fact, I just found the one I did a long time ago. It's called Son of Geen #1. And I don't know, I'm going to try to see about getting all my Son of Geen stuff together and putting out a collection sometime. But that's just something, an idea. Everything that I talk about, a lot of stuff I do end up doing, but some stuff I just kind of blah, 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 blab it, and it doesn't happen. I'm trying to get stuff done. But, I've been drawing characters for years. I've got a lot of different characters, like Frank the Chipmunk, Homer the Alien, Shower Cap. He's going to be one of the most ridiculous characters. Then I've got, Captain Canine, who's this dog man. I think it's pretty cool. One of my very first superhero that I created back in 84, right around the time of Laser Max, who's one of my guys. He's almost like a sci-fi version of Mad Max. He travels around in this big hovercraft thing with his robot companion. I got Laser Max, and then, oh my God, I can't believe. See, there's Claw the Cat, Dino Cat, and then I had this character, I've only drawn him a couple times, but Karate Cat or Kung Fu Cat, I don't remember which one, but anyways, it's supposed to be a martial arts cat.
You're still afraid?
Stop it now! I mean
coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it! You're ignorant.
He's coming for you, Barbara.
Stop it! You're acting like a
He's
child.
coming for you. Look, here he comes.
Now he'll hear you.
Here he comes now. I'm getting out of here, BCA. Tune in to BCA's Podcast Weekly on Beyond the Podcast of 1984. BTP 1984.com. Beyond the Podcast of 1984.
Beyond the Podcast of 1984.
Oh, damn it. But, yeah, I don't know. My brain's not working right now. You know what's funny, too, is a lot of podcasts have a theme. Like, you know, you got the guys from, they do two different shows. They do a podcast. I've mentioned them before because I'm a big fan, but you got Last Podcast on the left, and that's like the guys, you know, it's all like crime stuff. They've done like numerous series about true crime, a lot of series. And then they get their streaming show, which is Last Stream on the left. And I haven't watched it in a while because, like I said, it hasn't been the same since Ben, you know, stepped down. But I'm going to get back into it because I love those guys. And, you know, it's pretty much what it was. It's just that they don't have him in it. And I wish none of that bad stuff had happened. I wish the dude was still there. He didn't murder anybody. But anyways, if you look into it, you find out why he's not in there. I hope he gets a hope. I hope things go good. And he goes back to the show because those guys are like a power trio to me. And I think they're great. I love them. But yeah, my show, I don't know, is it really that original? Maybe not, but, you know, if you're a friend of mine and you want to know more about me or, you know, say you don't really know much about me, you can listen to my show. Because I'm just talking about a lot of stuff that I like, you know, like the stuff I'm into, stuff that inspires me and makes me happy and, like, you know, talking about, you know, everything that I'm into. There's a whole lot of stuff I still haven't even talked about. But I'm grateful that it's Saturday now. I'm just kind of tired. I'm kind of zoned out. Took my pills earlier. I'm trying to remember if I took my pills earlier. I take a lot of pills, man. Like 4 pills for diabetes, and I got to take, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pills for my high blood pressure. It kind of sucks. I just ate like a bowl of popcorn too, and it was like fake butter. So it's like a lot of salt, which isn't like really good for me. But anyways, what is this episode about? I don't know. Oh God, see, I can't think straight, man. That makes me just want to turn it off and do it over. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that because I did that twice. I was trying to start on this episode and I screwed up, and I don't want to do that. But God, what is there to talk about? There's so much stuff to talk about. I just can't seem to concentrate right now. It's just, oh my God. I hear it clicks. Yeah, they're turning it off, aren't they? No, that's okay. Is there somebody still there? I think so. Yeah, talking to myself. There's actually nobody here. I'm just talking. Outer dimensions, bro. But no, I've been trying to get back in touch with a lot of old friends, like the old days of, like, you know, whatever, from the underground. And I'm not really doing a great job. I did hear from a friend of mine from a long time ago, and he was like, yeah, we were freaking pen pals for a short time. I guess a guy, I don't know, memory's bad. This isn't a rag on you, dude. If you know, I'm not ragging on you. But yeah, we were pen pals for a short time and stuff, some of your old tapes and stuff, and pretty cool, fun stuff. But he's doing a podcast and wants to interview me, and I'm totally excited about it. I'm like, heck yeah, I'll do it. I love the whole history of the Earwigs, man. And that's something I'll be talking about here on Here's too. It's not just the Earwigs, but other bands I've been a part of. You know, like Pile of Eggs, Brotherhood of Stench, The Second Coming, a whole bunch of other bands. I mean, personal stuff I've done, like TGE, Devil Lord. I've done a lot of projects, part of Death Disco, which isn't dead, although they haven't recorded anything in a very long time. There was like a new song several years ago. One song, man, wow, one new song in like, I don't know, 20 years called Vampire. Yeah. Anyways, I hope that'll come out sometime. Just, I don't know. I want to put out a Death Disco, complete discography of everything. I think that'd be cool. Like the first tape and then songs off the split. But I don't know. I'd honestly rather just put that. I can't remember the name of that comp now. It was like a comp. It had like Death Disco. God, what was it? Death Disco, the Earwigs, Fudge, Kill Me. And I think it was Tracy Lords Illinois. But I got to find that. It was had like a beautiful hermaphrodite character I created called Lori the Hermaphrodite. I want to put that out. But yeah, I'm kind of rambling here. This is kind of a dumb episode, huh? Because I don't have a theme for it, just like the last one. I know my next episode is gonna be probably a lot better. I'm gonna bring this with me to my dad's, and I'm gonna get my brothers involved because I know we'll be laughing. I want to talk about weird stuff and like just talk about crazy stuff, and it'll be more exciting than this. I guess that's the whole point of a podcast. You can talk about whatever you want, but anyways, I don't know. This morning I was trying to think about something to watch. Well, yesterday morning, so got back into Sailor Moon, watching season 1, and that anime is so cool. It ticks me off because right now I'm trying to find one of my Sailor Moon figures I have. It's like, Usagi. And I actually bought a statue of her, well, a little plastic figurine I had to put together. I got her a couple months ago at the comic book shop. She's really cute, but yeah, I love Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon's awesome. And I don't really care, people, yeah, that's a girly anime. It's like, who cares? I watch what I want. My favorite anime is Fist of the North Star. I love the anime film, and the TV series is really cool. Then there's the chibi, kind of like a parody where they're all little with big heads, and it's supposed to be, what if the apocalypse hadn't happened? Kenshiro and his brothers battle for supremacy of who will become the stalker at the local convenience store. And it's hilarious. The animation's really cool. I got this other series I need to watch, Fist of the North Star. It's like a 3-hour kind of, I don't know if it's revised. It's like totally, animation's way different, but it looks kind of like Madhouse a little bit. I don't know. I have to look at it again. I don't think Madhouse did it. Madhouse rules, but I don't think they did it. But I'm all over the place. I love anime. I'm a big fan of anime, and I feel bad because even online, it doesn't seem like I really talk about it. I'm not embarrassed or anything at all. It's just, I don't know. It's just like, not really mentioned in like Hong Kong action films, which I'm a really huge fan of too. I love that stuff, man. But like, there's a lot of anime I love, and it's mainly older stuff that I really like. I love like, both the Vampire Hunter D anime films, like Fooly Cooly, FLCL is cool. I'm a huge fan of Irusei Yatsura, those obnoxious aliens. Like, oh god, what is it? Those Who Hunt Elves is great. That's a really hilarious series. But there's so much. I mean, Lupin the Third, the movies, the OVAs, the TV series, Dirty Pair, the 3 movies, the OVA series, and then the TV series. And I wish they'd do more Dirty Pair. I've said it before, but I love Kei and Yuri and Mugi and the little robot they have. This is such a cool, funny, hilarious, and the girls are so freaking hot. I mean, they're so cute and they're hot. But there's like a lot of anime that I really love. I'm a big fan of Masamune Shiro's stuff. One called Landlock, and it's just like people don't really talk about that one. I guess, I don't know, it's more obscure because it's not Ghost in the Shell, but I love Ghost in the Shell. Black Magic M66. There's too much good stuff out there. I can't even really think of all the titles, but there's stuff that I used to have on VHS a long time ago that I need to get on, even if it's only on DVD, I don't care. I'd like to get them on Blu-ray, but was it Master Musketon is freaking hilarious. That cute girl and that like ancient vampire. God, I'm just trying to think of other titles like Devilman. I bet that's a really, the one they put out later on. I think was it Manga Entertainment put it out, and then it got re-released. That's a really freaking dark anime, especially the origin of like demons and stuff. I was like, God, that's just nasty, man. It's like really creepy. But oh my God, my brain is not working. Come on, the guy that created Devilman. I try to see. I don't even have references right now. My brain is just going. But Devilman, Cutie Honey, Violence Jack, Go Nagai. Thank you. Go Nagai. I love that guy, and I love Monkey Punch. Lupin the Third. I'm a big fan. I've been collecting for the last couple of years. Miyazaki. It's very moving films, but I like a lot of different stuff. I'm not a huge fan of hentai. Like when I first got into it, it shocked me. I was like, wow. So I was renting a lot of hentai stuff from the comic book shop, dubbing it, making copies for myself because I couldn't afford to go out and buy original VHS at the time. Anyways, I really liked hentai because it was so shocking, but then it got really old. I was like, God, how many times did a girl, no, yes, no? And it just really mean stuff. And I mean, I've had friends that really like that. I do have a lot of respect for like Toshiya Maeda, if I'm pronouncing if I'm pronouncing your name right, he's an awesome dude. I've talked to him a little bit online, but he's like the creator of Iratsuki Doji, Legend of the Overfiend, and a lot of, was it La Blue Girl? He's great. I mean, I just saw that somebody put out a Blu-ray of, I think it's like half of the Legend of the Overfiend series. I want to get that eventually, but there's like not a lot of hentai. I like some comedy, like sex stuff, the funny stuff, like F3. Was it Frantic Female and Frustrated? That one's funny. I like Plastic Little. That's not really hentai, but it's all like jiggle, whatever. But it's fun. Yeah, I'm pretty picky when it comes to that stuff. But I'm more into like violent anime. I like a lot of comedy. Like I loved Angel Cop. I have that collection. I need to get the Blu-ray one of these days. I love. Was it Goku. See, I don't even have it, so I can't even look at the title. It's like Midnight Eye. I think it's Goku Midnight Eye. I think it's Goku Midnight Eye. The same people that did, God, come on. The same dude that did the one, badass anime. The guy, he's like an office worker, but it turns out in real life, he's actually like this, Space Adventure Cobra, thank you. I have the movie. I have the old DVD of that. That is an incredible anime, but I'd really like to get the TV series because there's like 2 volumes that came out, and then there's Crusher Joe is kick-ass. That one is really great. There's a lot of, I love anime. I could go on and on, which I have been kind of blabbing here. Probably your ears are going, but there's a lot of great anime out there, and there's some that I wish they would re-release, like MD Geist and Bao. Some guy I was reading online, he actually found the DVD of Bao for like $5. I was like, holy crap, I wish I could find that. That's an incredible, like a one-shot movie, this genetically engineered like monster guy. It's just badass. It's like a lot of stuff I used to have on VHS, and I lost just about all of it because I had to move. I had 3 days to move. I threw out so much stuff, and it's like, wow, it sucks. I hated doing that, but I did. Yeah, so, yeah, well, I don't know. My house has been really cold because the thermostat hasn't been working, and I guess we got a guy that's going to come over on the 10th, and I guess we're getting a new thermostat. They're going to caulk the bathtub because it wasn't ever caulked right. But, life is A-okay. It's kind of frustrating with certain things, and I'm tired a lot these days. I don't know, it's my medicine, but I am supposed to go back to the doctors. I've been thinking a lot about wanting to try to make a short film finally, because I've made them. I've been involved in short films, but it's been a long time since I've done anything. So I've been thinking about doing something, coming up with a plot earlier for a really, really stupid horror movie. And the thing is, it's supposed to be kind of stupid. It's not like a mockery, but just ridiculous, low budget, no budget. But that's something that I'm really looking forward to, is that we got a DVD that we're going to put out, and it's going to have a bunch of all of our short films, Tim's stuff, my stuff. I'm really open. I just found the master for the VHS for a movie that my best friend at the time, Wayne, and I did back in like 90, God, when did we shoot it, like 92? It's called Death Wears Black. It's very low budget. It's almost no budget, but it was a lot of fun. We played multiple characters. I think it's hilarious. And every time I watch it, I just bust up. But he passed away a couple of years ago, and I'm still really sorry about that. I missed the guy. We had talked in a long time, and we got back in touch. And I got to say that I'm really happy that I got to tell him that, hey, man, thank you for inspiring me. You're the reason why I got into doing voices, inspired me to, because he used to do voices a lot. And the guy he was a great artist. But I missed the guy, and I don't know, it was just kind of weird because our friendship just went down the toilet. It was just kind of weird, but that happens sometimes. So it quits talking to you. They call it ghosting. That's pretty much what happened. I'm like, wow. But, it happens. People do that to each other all the time. I did that to somebody over a year ago, and I kind of feel sad that I did, but then they blocked me, and then we blocked each other, and, well, that's that. It happens. That's why, I don't know. It's just nice to be alive. Sometimes I think about people that I don't talk to anymore, and some of them I really miss, but I don't think I'm going there, trying to talk to them again. Just don't really want it. It's like opening a can of worms. Well, worms are cool, but you know what I mean? Just don't really, it's not worth it, as much as it makes me feel kind of sad to say that, but I'm being honest. But yeah, yesterday, just kind of rambling here, just kind of talking about my life. So, been on a big Paul Naschy trip. I watched a couple movies of his, on last weekend. I think I already mentioned them, but Broken Eyes of the Blue Doll, Blue Eyes, I keep mixing the name, sorry. Blue Eyes of the Broken Doll and The Werewolf and the Yeti. So I just had this overwhelming lust. I ended up ordering, last Tuesday or Wednesday? I ordered 2 more Paul Naschy films. And I have I think I have 18 or 20 Paul Naschy films at home in my collection. But I ended up ordering Count Dracula's Great Love, a Mondo Macabro release, and the other one's a Mondo Macabro, The Frenchman's Garden, which that one I guess is about a French serial killer. Naschy, of course, plays the serial killer just like he plays Count Dracula, and I'm like, hell yeah. But anyways, I got Count Dracula's Great Love yesterday in the mail. I was like, yes. So I'm gonna watch that probably when I come back from my dad's. I can't wait to get The Frenchman's Garden. I hope I get it tomorrow, at least right before I leave or whatever. But anyways, I love Paul Naschy. I think his films are great, and I was reading on some message boards, and people are like, I don't understand, what's so great about this guy? His films are kind of corny. And I'm like, whatever. It's like, you know what? I like my slasher, my splatter, my giallo, blah, 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 all that, stuff, the crazy, gory stuff. But I like some classic horror, too. And, the old Hammer films, especially stuff with Sir Christopher Lee, Count Dracula. But I love Paul Naschy, man. That dude was a huge monster fan of the classic monsters, and he's played a lot of them. And his werewolf films are not cheesy; they're freaking great. I mean, hey, that's your opinion. Think his stuff's cheesy, whatever. I love low budget films because you can tell that a lot of them, they put their heart into it, and it's like, who cares? Oh, some of the plots are screwed up, or some of the effects are pretty bad. But a lot of those movies, say people put their heart into them, and that's what I love about a lot of old shot-on-video splatter films and stuff, is to me they have a lot more heart in them than these massive budget films. That's fine, whatever, but like I said before, I like everything from super low-budget shot-on-video all the way up to big-budget, multi-million dollars. If I like the movie, I like the movie. I don't care. But anyways, I love Paul Naschy. I would say his real name, but like I said, I don't have reference right now. It was Jose Malika. No, it's Wahita. Anyways. But right now I'm waiting. I've been waiting since late September, but I ordered the Coffin Joe Blu-ray set. Arrow Films is putting it out. So I don't know what's going on. I was checking on Diabolic DVD, who I order from off and on. I love those guys. Hey guys, if you're listening to this, how you doing? Anyways, so I pre-ordered it, and it's like a dream come true, but I hope it's coming out very soon. I can't wait to watch it, because I have the old Coffin Joe, the 3 DVDs with the 4 comic books in a coffin box, and those movies are great, but this is awesome. It's like a Blu-ray collection, and it's just got tons of stuff. I think it's 12, it's either 12 or 14 movies. I think it's 12 movies, but I know it's coming out. It's just when, because it seems like the date keeps changing, and I'm just, I want it so bad. I'm just, oh my gosh. But I love Coffin Joe. He was and will always be a big legend like Naschy and Kiji Fukasaku, and ones that are still alive among us, like Shinji Tsukamoto, which I would like to say as a huge fan of that dude. There's nothing like getting on Twitter and seeing a little message, Shinji Tsukamoto liked your comment. I was like, oh my god, I was giggling like a schoolgirl. So let's see what time. What do we got? All right, well, I think this episode's about over. If you're still awake, thanks for listening. If you turned it off, well, then you can't hear it. So I'm gonna psychically, I'm psychically speaking to you. Blah 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 blah. We got all kinds of exciting, cool stuff upcoming, and believe me, the newer episodes will make a little more sense. It won't be all over the place. I mean, I might just do what some podcasts do. I'll start out with a little blah 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 about different stuff going on. Then I'll get to the gist of the episode, and then I'll finish it off with a little, whatever, something else. But yeah, upcoming WTF Zombies, which that one I'm going to have to write out some stuff, but I'm going to take notes. But the very next episode, hopefully, I'm hoping will be with my brothers and maybe my dad. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I'd love to have it because they're a bunch of weirdos too, like me. And especially, my 2 brothers. I mean, I think it'd be great. We talk about shot of video weirdo movies that my brother and I always watch every time I hang out with him. He and I watch really horrible movies, and it's a lot of fun. And my other brother is really into video games, comic books, and stuff, and just lots of cool, crazy stuff. So anyways, yep, about that time. So thanks for listening. This has been the Bizarre Alien from outer space. Also, if you are out there and you hear me, please come home. I miss you. You know who you are. You beautiful girl from outer space. I love you, and I'm not delirious. I am semi-delirious because it's like almost 2:30 in the morning, even though I'm a night person. So anyways, thanks for listening. Stay cool. Until next time, stay sick, but not, like sick. You know what I mean? Stay sick like crazy in the head. Duh. Obviously, you know what that means. So stay sick, take care. Don't forget to change your underwear. As always, keep the filth. And I am totally monotone and boring. So yeah, keep watching the skies, and we will see you next time. All right. Nanu. Bye-bye.
Beyond the podcast of 1984. Beyond the podcast of 1984. Beyond the podcast of 1984. Beyond the
What is this?
It's Beyond the Podcast of 1984.
Well?
It's just BCA.
Better not be. I warn you, for many years, I have been training as an acrobat. Know a lot of tricks.
Well, then show us on btp1984.com.
Of course I wouldn't. Hey! Well.
BCA finds it very hilarious. Maybe you could tune in and listen to the show, btp1984.com.
Sure. What do you think I am? A fake?
Are you a diehard fan of Beyond the Podcast of 1984? Do you want to show off your love for the podcast in style? Well, look no further. Introducing our exclusive podcast merch line. From t-shirts that will make you the envy of all your alien friends, to hats that will keep you looking freaky while repping your favorite podcast. We've got everything you need to take your Beyond the Podcast of 1984 fandom to the next level. So don't wait. Head to btp1984.com now and grab yourself some podcast merch before it's all gone. And remember, wearing BCA's merch will automatically make you funnier and more attractive. Get your Beyond the Podcast of 1984 merch today and join BCA's podcast revolution.